Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hardcore Speedball Season 1, Round 4. Thank you for joining us. I'm Trent from SOFTOPS, and tonight we have Damage Cartel A, Yakuza, and Valhalla's Keepers joining us for games and fighting for the rights to move through to the next rounds. Now, of course, we'd like to thank our stream sponsors for Season 1, GBA Gel Blasters Australia, RPM Tech Shop, GBU, Taidi Toys, Vatios Clothing Co, and Strikeforce Mod Shop. The team should be entering the field quite shortly. And first up, for the first round, we'll be seeing Damage Cartel A versus Valhalla's Keepers. Of course, thanks for everyone already watching us. We've got 41 people already into the stream and have been waiting patiently to see the game start. Now, just while we wait for those teams as well, if you tuned in last season, you would also probably know that the two of the teams we're seeing tonight actually fought for the title in the grand final last season. So Damage Cartel A and Yakuza both duked it out for that trophy. The teams are a little bit different this season. You know, on Yakuza, I was actually playing last season, and this time around we got a few other players. And Damage Cartel A has had a bit of a shake-up as well. So there's some players that were on Damage Cartel A last season. Just a little bit distracted by the boys on the field here. Yeah, so a couple of the players on Damage Cartel A have gone to Damage Cartel B, and a few from Damage Cartel B to Damage Cartel A. As you can see, the refs are having a great time on the field down there. On top of that as well, you'll see on the orange shirt down there, we've actually got Nathan Rosa from Nathan Rosa Photography. So he takes all the photos for the throughout the season. And of course, if you're a supporter of the teams, or if you're looking to get some pictures after the fact, make sure you hit him up. He's got various packages available. Really, really good photography, really good promotion for your socials and all that sort of stuff as well. Thanks for the support, Cooper. As you can see down there, we've got a couple of players from Yakuza, I think, on the left-hand side. There's always a cheeky player that's got to stand out when they're waiting for these initial photos.
We have Damage A and Valhalla.
Just bumping that.
You like that?
All right, again, so just give us a second. We're back. We're good. We're good. Sorry about that, guys. Everything's back. We're all good.
Good to go? Teams, are you ready? Hey. Refs, are you ready? Hey. 3, 2, 1, go! Pull it out! That's a tie game! Switch sides!
Alright guys, sorry for the silence there. I was just fixing up the stream for you guys to make sure you can see everything on the field.
Alright, team! Are you ready? Refs, are you ready?
Alright, so we're into game 2 now. You'll see Valhalla's keepers on the left-hand side and Damage Cartel on the right. Like a couple of Damage's players just got caught up on the leader there, costing the player very early. Oh, we see some pretty strong pistol play, looks like, in the castle there as well. It'll be interesting to see if a few more of these start appearing on those Speedball fields. Obviously, some of you might have seen modifications and some various kits. See, he's pushing quite hard with that pistol.
Let's go! Light players in the middle! Valhalla, take that game! Switch sides!
Alright, and swapping sides, so now we're up to game 3 for the first match. Valhalla's keepers on the right-hand side, Damage Cartel on the left-hand side. There's some really good communication from Damage Cartel. Looks like they flushed out that pistol player in the castle, possibly down to 2 or 3 players. See, one of the damage players has just slid across and pushed up into that pillar on the top left. Hopefully spreading out their coverage of the field instead of getting cornered. Oh, and looks like a red card has been pulled, and the referee's pointing down towards Damage's end of the field. We'll find out what happened with that shortly.
Light players in the middle.
And straight from head ref, Rowan down on the field, Valhalla takes that game and takes that match. So first match of the night goes to Valhalla's keepers. Now again, if you haven't tuned in the earlier rounds this season, as a reminder, each team tonight will actually face each other twice. Right? So later on tonight, you'll see Damage and Valhalla's go up against each other again, and we'll see if the results remain the same. And I've just confirmed there from Rowan, the head ref, the red card that was just issued to Damage was because they had players in the dead zone actually had their hand or fingers hanging over the dead zone wall. So the structure down there on the field, I know it can be difficult to see, but there is actually a wall that's designed to stop players from indicating how many are dead or being able to signal to other players. So hanging your head or hanging any kind of part of your body over that barricade can get you a penalty. Now for match 2, we'll actually see Damage Cartel A back on the field versus Yakuza. So again, the last time these two teams saw each other at Hardcore was in the grand final. The teams are very slightly different in the way that they have, which players they have on the field tonight. But it'll be interesting to see how things play out. In the meantime, we'll see an ad from one of the sponsors for this league.
The HSG V2G was designed with advice from some of the best techs in the industry. The prototyping, the manufacturing, it's all Australian, made right here in Queensland using world-class materials.
Now, I was just having a chat to Kathy, and one of the updates for all of the viewers tonight as well is Valhalla's Keepers team is now known as Valhalla's Allstars. So we'll amend our the stuff on screen and whatnot in the next rounds if they make it through. So again, match 2, once the teams have had a break, we'll see Damage Cartel A facing off against Yakuza.
Damage A, Yakuza, 2 minutes! Sorry, Kathy, can you repeat that?
Hey guys, so I'm just looking over here to the comments in the Facebook chat, just seeing everyone have a bit of a chat. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know or haven't seen, there are a lot of new HBA builds out in the leagues at the moment. I think we might see a couple tonight actually. The Eurotactics grips, which you'll see there, basically is they're a HBA gel blaster with a bottle attached to the rear of the grip. So instead of having a remote line, everything's on the blaster. And of course, you'll see Morgan in the comments having a joke about it looking like a paintball marker. Alright, and we're 1 minute out from the next match. Now, just as a reminder as well, the registrations for Season 2 of Hardcore Speedball are in fact open. So if you're a team that is looking to compete next season, even if you're already in the current season, make sure you get in there and put your registration in early. There are only 12 slots. Alright, so if you miss out on one of those slots, you won't be playing again until Season 3. So get in there, jump online, get your team in so you can be ready for the next season.
Damage, Yakuza!
Seeing a bit of cheeky betting going on there as well. I see Raymond is making a bet. If Damage wins this round, it looks like Cooper gets a nylon MP5A5. Who do you think is going to win? And Ray, I am watching. I do know you very well, so I'll make sure you hold out if you lose that bet. Hey, GBU in the chat, thanks for joining the stream. Again, they're our stream sponsors for Season 1, so thanks for watching. Here we go, game on. Yakuza on the left-hand side and Damage Cartel on the right. You'll see Ben, one of the refs actually that's normally refing the rounds, is actually in that bottom in the castle there with the Euro tactic. Nice to see that flag grab from Yakuza. Looks like he took a hit on the way through though. And there you have it. First game between Damage Cartel A and Yakuza is given to Yakuza. Yakuza takes the win. Moving on to the next game. Teams are swapping sides. So you'll see now Yakuza on the right-hand side and Damage Cartel A on the left-hand side. Another side note as well. You'll see a little player down there. Probably one of the smaller ones out there is actually Mush. He's 14 years old. Probably the youngest, or one of the youngest players in the league. And he has been cutting shapes out there. Yakuza's playing very aggressively in these rounds, pushing really hard into those forward positions. You've got Noddy down there in the middle, and you've got Ben on that lower side as well. And of course, Mush again at the top in the snake. You'll see right now, so there's two players on the opposite side of the Dorita on the top left. This is that position I was talking about last week. Players can push right up to that if they're sneaky enough.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's game! Last players! In the middle!
So we'll wait for the confirmation, but it looked like that might be 2 to Yakuza. So now I'm looking at the comments and I'm wondering, is Cooper about to lose this bet with Ray? And that's it, confirmed from the head ref. Yakuza takes that game, so that's 2 games for Yakuza, and we're on to the third match. Oh, sorry, third game. Third game for the second match of the evening. We now have Yakuza back on the left-hand side and Damage Cartel on the right-hand side.
Teams, are you ready? Refs, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, looks like Yakuza might have mixed it up, so you see Mush down the bottom side in Castle, and now Ben on the top side of the snake. And it looks like you've only got one player towards the front on Damage Cartel. red card has been called. We'll find out who or which team has received that card in a moment. And straight there from head ref Rowan, Yakuza takes that game and takes the match. So that's 3 games to Yakuza in that match. Now for match 3, we'll be seeing Yakuza versus Valhalla's Keepers. So Yakuza will be returning to the field in 5 minutes. In the meantime, you can hear from our sponsors for this season.
Thanks to GBU and obviously STIG Industries as well for supplying all of the components that we need to have our kick-ass blasters. If you're looking for any parts for any kind of build, come down, give GBU a try. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
And again, just going to those Facebook comments, looks like Cooper's just lost a bet to Ray, so I'm not sure what he's up for, but he definitely did not win an MP5. Another tidbit for you as well. So one of the referees down there at the moment is Lockie, so he actually normally plays in Yakuza. Unfortunately, he managed to injure himself, injure his knees, I think in the last day or so, so he hasn't been able to participate tonight. And I've just got the confirmation of the penalties and points and whatnot that were awarded during that last game. So both teams did actually receive a yellow card for not shouldering, but unfortunately Damage Cartel actually got a second yellow card for not shouldering their blaster as well. So that's what got them the red card ultimately. Alright, and 2 minutes out from match 3 of season 1, round 4. Hey Morgan, thanks for the question in there. Just a question in the chat there asking whether or not the not shouldering was from the Euro Tactics or standard blasters with stocks. We'll have to find out for you. We don't record exactly which player actually got the ticket, so we'll see if we can find out for you later on. Alright, cool, and just got confirmation. So it was in fact Ben on Yakuza that got that yellow card for not shouldering, so he's actually running a Euro Tactics tonight. It seems like it's just the bottle or however he's shouldering it just slipped down a little bit too far, so he actually got that yellow card. Alright, and entering the field, we have Yakuza returning from that previous game and Valhalla's Keepers in the blue. And looks like Yakuza is off to the left-hand side again, and Valhalla's Keepers will be starting this match on the right-hand side. Again, you can see Mush down there at the blue goggles walking to the left now. Oh, here we go. Euro Tactics versus Pistol down in the castle. Early push straight in there from both teams. Keen to see how this one plays out. And you'll see Valhalla sweeping up through the snake there, trying to sneak past. Looks like they managed to get Noddy in the X. And they've managed to score a point. They've swept past Ben. So in this case, they have actually scored a point whilst there was a remaining player in Yakuza. So I'm pretty sure there's a bonus point awarded for that. Switching sides, so now we have Yakuza on the right-hand side, and of course Valhalla's keepers on the left-hand side. See a comment in Facebook here, Jeremy saying old mate down below, sleeping on the job. Jeremy, you know Ben. I know you're going to hang it on him later for that. And here we go, game 2 between Yakuza and Valhalla's keepers. Yakuza mixing up their play a little bit. They've now got 2 up in Snake, no one in Castle, and you'll see Ben's actually stuck around on the burrito. But again, Valhalla has their pistol player sitting in that Castle. So I think that play down there is using standard mags as well from the looks of things. In which case, I think he really has to wait for his chance to strike because he's got limited ammunition in those mags. Nice, and it looks like Valhalla's has swept through that field and eliminated all of Yakuza's players. And Valhalla's takes that game, switching sides. So Valhalla's back over to the right and Yakuza to the left. Those that are tuned in to watch us, in the comments, which team are you here to watch? Who are you supporting? Who's your favorite team out there tonight? And here we go, game 3. Nice. So you just saw that, again, HPA versus a pistol sitting down in the castle. This time it was Noddy. He managed to take out that pistol player. And looks like Mush has been wiped out at the top as well. I'm just watching the chat. Looks like a lot of Valhalla's supporters in there. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the team, guys. Good to see you here. That was interesting. Looks like Ben managed to catch that sweep before he got clipped. Looks like that Valhalla's player is making a move for it and has been taken out up in the snake. 2 players we can see left over on Yakuza. Not sure if there's anyone left. Here we go, final sweep. Nice seeing a few supporters for Damage Cartel in the chat as well. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the guys. Hey Trick, good to see you here. Obviously watching your other team. And Yakuza takes that game. We'll just have to check the final results for that map.
Reload, boys, we're on again.
Alright, and just confirming, as I suspected, Valhalla's took that match. Now, in match 4, we are seeing Valhalla's return to the field with Damage Cartel A again. So from this point out, each team will be facing each other again for the evening. So this is their second time up against each other. Alright, so again, we'll see Damage Cartel A and Valhalla's keepers entering the field in a few minutes' time. For now, I'll put up a video from the stream sponsors this season. Hey Cooper, just seeing a message there, ask if I'm coming on Saturday. I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. You'll have to clarify in the comments there. And just to clarify as well, so because we've got those 3 matches remaining with each team facing each other again for the evening, each team from here on out has 2 games remaining. Correction, 2 matches remaining. Alright, 2 minutes until the teams enter the field. Now, of course, just another shout out to the Vatios Clothing Company. You'll see our wonderful refs down there looking schmick in their nice new uniforms, looking like zebras. So again, thanks to Vatios Clothing Company for those jerseys. Yeah, just seeing that comment in the chat there from Jeremy. The mics do pick up a lot of talk. Surprisingly enough, that is just the GoPro camera that's strapped to the ceiling. So if you're out here playing at all times, you really need to be careful what you're talking about. Alright, teams have gone their separate ways. We have Valhalla's keepers on the left-hand side in the blue and Damage Cartel A on the right. This is match 4, game 1.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
It looks like that slide from Damage Cartel fell a bit short, but they still managed to push up into that snake, so well done on the recovery there. So you can hear a lot of really good chatter there. Oh, and looks like another red card is being put out. We'll await the results of that card. In the meantime, teams are switching sides again, so Valhalla's keepers on the right-hand side and Damage Cartel to the left. Fun fact, on Damage Cartel, we do in fact have Dally Dog playing as well, so for those of you that follow him will see what teams he plays on. So last season he played on Damage Cartel, and he's also playing on Midnight Kendo and some other comps. Looks like Damage has lost that pillar on the top left. Really fast moves moving across that field. That's really good to see, trying to get that extra coverage. But it looks like he's about to get surrounded by these Valhalla's players. Yeah, and taken out. Not much you can really do in those situations. You're going to be really fast, really good player to be able to survive that. Question from Morgan, when does Yakuza play again? Yakuza will be back on in the following matches. And Valhalla's takes that game. Teams swapping sides again. Camera's just gone down, just give us a sec. And And we're back up. A lot of chatter between the teams, which is really good to hear. You absolutely cannot come into these competitions and play at this level without any communication. It pays off to communicate and listen to teammates. So you got two players sitting on those Doritos now from Damage Cartel, so hopefully they can hold their lanes, and at least 3 players with Valhalla's on the left-hand side. You can see a little bit of chatter and hand signs trying to explain what's going on and what they can see. Wow, nice, and looks like there was still another Damage Cartel player hiding back there and taking out a few of the Valhalla's players. Let's see if they can ninja out of this. Looks like that final one there was a trade. Good to see a bit of chatter down there. In the comments there between some of the Damage players and the Midnight players. The real question about loyalty with Dally there is, what happens if you guys face each other? Which team does he play on? And just confirming, Valhalla's did in fact win that match, so it looks like they're cleaning up tonight. Quite a few wins to them at a match level. Now in match 5 we'll see Damage Cartel A return to the field, again facing off against Yakuza. The last games that we just saw from them were pretty intense, so let's see what happens this time around. Mill Speed Team Wen, question from Morgan. That's the second time that's popped up. Last week we had people talking about getting Milsimmers in here to play. I'm pretty sure they get rolled if they try it, but I want to see it happen. I'd be keen to play that. And of course, just while we wait for these teams to return to the field, we'll play another ad for you. course, if you don't know where this is, if you're tuning in for the first time or you're discovering this after the fact, Hardcore Speedball is in fact hosted down at Hardcore Blasters at Ipswich in Queensland. So if you're in the area or want to come try it out for the first time, drop in. There's also the store, as you just saw in that ad, Blaster Supplies. They've got plenty of gear in here. They've got all sorts of blasters. They've got masks, goggles, all the gear you need to get started. So drop in, get some mods, get some blasters, and hit the ground. Alright, and returning to the field we have Damage Cartel A and Yakuza facing off again. See some of the Mad Dogs guys in the chat. I think we need to get Ray into a Speed QB team. Everyone sees him for his military and milsim style content. We need to see him on the field out here. Alright, and again, Yakuza starts on the left-hand side. I'm starting to think that's their favorite side of the field, and Damage Cartel on the right. Game 1 of match 5. Looks like this time around the teams have basically mirrored each other. Early pushes into the snake at the top, really nice slides, and players sitting on both of the Doritos and towers, pillars. Looks like yellow cards have been issued to both teams at this point, with the refs down there. And both teams still battling over the snake. Looks like one player might have called a hit and they've moved out. 3 Yakuza players remaining, pushing through and clearing out that field nice and quick. And you hear it straight there from head ref Rowan. Yakuza takes that game, swapping sides. We'll now see Yakuza on the right-hand side and Damage Cartel on the left. Looks like Damage is losing players pretty quickly down there. Oh, looks like Yakuza might have hung that flag with one player remaining. We'll find out what's happened down there shortly. And Yakuza takes that game, swapping sides again. So you'll see Yakuza starting on the left-hand side and Damage Cartel on the right. And Yakuza pushing deep on both sides this time, up in the castle, so down in the castle and up in the snake. You see Mush again, trying to work those angles in those really tight corners. Two players from Damage sitting on the T at the start. Nice push into the X, grabbing the flag there. And it looks like they've hung that flag. And quite a few of the Yakuza players remaining as well. And you've heard it from Rowan. Yakuza takes that game and takes the match. So there'll be a 5-minute break and we'll be moving into match 6. So match 6 we'll see Yakuza re-enter the field and play against Valhalla's keepers again for the evening. And I've been corrected, of course. That is, in fact, Valhalla's All-Stars. I'm used to what's written down here on the paper, so we'll sort it out for the next round if they're in. It looks like Damage Cartel has really put up a fight tonight as well. A lot of chat, a lot of really aggressive pushes, and also pulling back on those defensive players when they need to as well. So they've done really well this evening. So again, if you're looking to try out for the first time, come down for some exciting casual games. Head down to Hardcore Blasters. There's not just this field that you see on the screen at the moment, but they do have another area that has really, really fun game types and all that stuff as well. In that ad with the blue mask, of course, you see Ben, who is on the field with Yakuza at the moment, wearing that pink bandana.
Yakuza, Valhalla, 1 minute, make your way onto the field, Captain, in the middle.
Re-entering the field right now, we have Valhalla's Allstars and, of course, Yakuza for the final match tonight. And again, Yakuza on the left-hand side and Valhalla's Allstars on the right-hand side. And again, just as a reminder, if you're looking for pictures of your favorite team, or if you're one of the supporters of the teams down there, you'll see we've got a photographer, Nathan Rosa. So Nathan Rosa Photography will have photos and packages available for your socials and whatever you need as well. So make sure you hit him up.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
And we've seen it again and again, that deep push from the pistol player in the castle. Looks like he's been taken out pretty quickly, and Yakuza's opted for the snake on the top side. Bush making that push into castle. Looks like he got hit. You see Noddy's pushed up real close to that Dorito, and Valhalla's learned that lesson from other plays and has taken him out really quickly. Nice, looks like Yakuza might have taken that one, grabbing the flag. Ben walking across the field now. Hey Martin, thanks for joining us in the chat. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Yakuza takes that game. and swapping sides. Here we go, game 2. Valhalla's Allstars on the left-hand side and Yakuza on the right.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good to see both teams pushing into castle there and continuing to battle over that position. Mush is pushing up through that snake, and they've called it, managed to get him out real quick. So nice work from Valhalla there. And Yakuza pushing through that snake. Looks like they've told their team that it's... Oh no, he's getting punished for showing off potential. And it looks like that was way too early of a celebration for Yakuza, and he's being punished for it. And watching that play out, I think one of their players on the Yakuza team actually called it clear, so the team was thought the whole field was clear, not realizing there was still one Valhalla's player sitting inside that castle. You got to make sure that field is clear and don't get too excited when you think you've won. And of course, a red card was issued because the Yakuza player that had that flag did not drop it fast enough. The referee has issued that red card, so Valhalla has taken that game. Switching sides for game 3 of the last match. We'll now see Valhalla's Allstars on the right-hand side and Yakuza on the left. So we're now looking at 1 to each team here. Let's see who takes out this game.
3, 2, 1, go!
See Yakuza player down there in the castle trying to get an angle on the pistol player sitting inside that castle. And looks like that pistol player has lost his position in that castle, has taken a hit. There's now 3 players we can see there in Yakuza, possibly 2 sitting on Valhalla's. Looks like the Yakuza player has dropped his blaster. They're not sure if something's gone wrong with it. Maybe he's out of ammo. Obviously, it's useless to him. He might be in trouble here. No blaster. Not sure if that Valhalla player is still up. And looks like he's hung the flag. And Yakuza takes that game and takes the match. So that's a lucky recovery after the little incident in that previous game. Alright, so that's I believe the final match for this evening. Give us about 5 minutes and we'll have the announcements as to which teams are going to be proceeding through to the following rounds. And again, these teams are battling out for a $1,200 prize at the end of the season, as well as a trophy and getting the name up on the plaque. So one team will be sent home tonight and will not be returning for the rest of the season. Just seeing a bit of chat in the comments there as well. As Trick pointed out, it's pretty interesting. If you're watching that little, I guess, a rally between the Yakuza player, Ben with the pink bandana, and the Valhalla's player with the pistol inside that castle. The Valhalla's player was kind of sitting at a disadvantage there because they didn't take too much of an angle, and Ben was able to encroach on that and eventually clip him in the arm, I think. And of course, there is that disadvantage with using a pistol. As much as it allows you to compress and use these really tight corners and sit behind those barriers, you only get a couple of shots. So you don't get to fire as fast as, say, a HBA blaster, and they have that pure volume of fire against you, so you have to be really accurate and really fast if you want to take them out.
The other two players assumed that not got it. And so they ran, so the guy ran over to this castle, turned, pop in the back, the guy kept walking, so one he hasn't made a fall, two he's hung the flag, so he takes 2 or 3 steps. That's two yellows. That's what I thought as well. Yeah. Immediately that's a red, and then once that happens, that's when Benny sort of turned around and was like, what? Yeah. But by that stage, the guy already made two infringements. Yeah. That's what
Just remember, guys, as well. Look, there's a lot of support in the chat here for various teams. It is extremely competitive, extremely cutthroat. All the teams that come out here are fighting extremely hard, and they're all really, really good teams. It doesn't matter kind of who goes home tonight. Everyone's doing a really, really good job. At the end of the night, one team has to go. So it's not necessarily a reflection on that team. It's just how it is in the competition. Hey Martin, just see a comment in there, just asking what happened for damage. We'll find out the results shortly. All the teams will come back out on the field in a couple of minutes. In fact, I think you can see them through the netting there. So they'll come out onto the field and we will find out who's actually moving through to the next rounds following those announcements and who's being sent home. So sit tight. All right, you can see the teams re-entering the field now for those final announcements. It's nice to actually see their faces at the end here, because of course throughout the entire stream they've all got their various masks on, so you can see their players down there. Hey, Amon, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, this is in Australia, in Queensland. This tournament is actually held out at Ipswich.
Going through, but first I will say this was always going to be a pretty tough round. It will take a few guys. You've got two defending champion teams playing tonight, and Valhalla has never been an easy beat, so it was always going to be a tough one. Only two go through though, and the two that go through are Valhalla's Allstars and Yakuza. And thanks very much to Damage Cartel A for playing hard. I believe Damage Cartel B did go through. So at least you've still got a foot in the door. Well done, fellas. Thanks for playing. You guys are back round 6, I think, for the Yakuza and Valhalla, which is a couple of weeks ago now. We'll get a quick photo of Yakuza and Valhalla. Thanks very much, Damage.
And fantastic. So you just heard the results there. In case you missed it, Valhalla's All-Stars and Yakuza will be moving through to the next round. Unfortunately tonight, Damage Cartel A will be sent home and will not be returning for the rest of the season, but all the teams fought immensely tonight. Really good battles, a lot of communication and a lot of good teamwork. Now for the next couple of rounds, we'll actually see teams from previous rounds now returning to continue to fight their way through to the semi-final and of course the final to follow. So round 5 next week, we'll see teams returning: Hell's Gels, Gravediggers, Anarchy, and Damage Cartel B. So Damage Cartel is still in the running, but it is their other team. In round 6, the following week, we'll see TGB Gorillas, Wreck-It Crew, Valhalla's All-Stars, and Yakuza returning to fight through. And of course, there is Season 2 registration, so if the team's been knocked out this season and you're ready to sign up for the next one, or you are willing to try it, get onto the website and go and sign up for the following season, and that'll be Season 2 of 2021. Now, of course, we will be returning next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Tune in a little bit earlier if you want to watch the Hype Cat and chill out with some sick music. But we'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.